What is up, guys? We are back. Today we are going to be talking about the Queen of Gas, Saryn. What I mean that is, gas or toxicity, she dominates. She is extremely excelling in causing that. Her whole kit is causing toxicity damage. Like, it is. She's crazily good at it. I call her a war crime Warframe because she's so good at causing it, spreading it. Sorry about my nose if I sniff a lot. I am still under the weather. Trying to remember. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking up. Looking at. Yeah, so I was right. We're gonna talk about her before we go into her whole kit. I don't have them currently. I just haven't had the chance to get around to getting them. This one, these two are good. I will recommend for mods. These two are a pretty solid for modded her signature mods, so I do suggest getting these two. So now let's get into her proper kit. She's another Warframe I don't really particularly have her build out, but I know what you build in for her. She has a ability range. You want to go constantly, and you want to get as high, you want to get a crazy amount of ability range because she spreads over toxicity. So, of course, efficiency, energy, strength, and the best ability range you can get it, because she excels in spreading her. Let me rephrase it. Her ability range works better all of your other abilities, because a lot of them work with ability range. Dear Lord, my nose is just on fire today. So her passive status effect inflicted upon enemies lasts 25% longer. So you can understand where that could be extremely overpowered with gas and toxicity. So you gotta remember, let me phrase that. Afflicted, not by abilities, your character. So it's not just your abilities that last longer that do infected. It is your weapons too. Spores. Inflicting a target with a pox of corrosive spores. Spread spores to nearby enemies by destroying them or killing their host. The longer the spores spread, the damage will increase. So basically, if you throw this bitch into a room about like 15 enemies, that shit is gonna. It's a virus that spread. It gets stronger and stronger from each creature it kills. So this could be extremely overpowered in survival if you get a really good chain going. This is another thing that I highly suggest with ability range, because it makes it a little bit easier to keep that virus spread going. Molt. This is a pretty nice evasion skill that I pretty like. So basically what she'll do is she'll shed her skin like a snake, and it basically draws fire. Basically, you become invisible. A little unique thing he doesn't show there, but you can see in the video, is it explodes on the way back. So it's just a nice little invasion skill that you can use. You also get a speed modifier out of it, so it's kind of nice. Toxic Lash. So when activated, attacks deal an additional toxic damage. This effect is doubled for melee strikes, so if you have a melee weapon that does toxic, it's better. Instantly bursts spores when attacking inflicted enemies. Sorry, Christ. So basically, if you use what you would want to do is get the virus spread first, and then use this one, because you instantly burst spores when attacking inflicted enemies. So it's basically you want to do one and then your two, because these work in These are sister skills. That's what I like to call them. They work together. So you guys ready? This is the skill that I love her for. So releasing a poison miasma that deals viral damage to enemies in range. Foes inflicted by spores are most susceptible to the mist. So, you know, the already overpowered virus. Yeah, you can just throw this in there and now they're getting hit by toxicity and viral damage. Yeah, corrosion and viral damage. So you can understand where that's a little bit overpowered. And this is another skill that I generally say that if you put into ability range, this fucking thing will go crazy. I will admit, she is highly energy. She uses her abilities a lot, so you will need a lot of energy. Trust me, lots of energy. Like I said, you can use, I do recommend those 2 mods I was telling you about in the beginning, for class mods. Those 2, and then these 4. If you have any other spare slots, you can use them for health or whatever you want, but those ones in particular, I do suggest. Her kit, from what I can tell, she does not have any weapon that are set for her, but these are weapons I particularly care for her. Any toxicity based weapon, gas or toxicity, is the best for her kit. So what I like to use is the Toad, Araxia's pistol, secondary, and the Maria poison sword. Because all of these already have a base higher toxicity or gas effect that works in extreme better case with her passive. This sword already has toxicity effect. It just gets doubled because of her abilities. So a pretty solid kit. Her farm's not that bad. It's a bit out of the way. A lot of people do miss her. I'll be sure honest. A lot of people don't really recognize you can even farm for her. All the way up here, there's this planet. So when you usually will just pass straight through her, you won't even notice her. So there's this side up here that you pass through. Most people pass through at first. There's these arena modes. So you need to get these points. Once you get enough of these points, you will get a chance to go after this girl. She's the boss that drops them. Also, I also do I will put up the picture. You guys can see the rates and stuff and what you need to be able to make this Warframe. She's not that hard of a boss. You do have to do a bit of puzzling when you're in the fight. It's a bit of a couple puzzles, but not that hard, especially if you do it in public. It's another boss that's extremely easy if you do it in public. But yeah, she's not that hard of a boss to do. It's just a bit more time consuming because of having to do these arenas. Sorry again about my nose, guys. I'm a bit under the weather. But yeah, she's a pretty awesome Warframe. So let's get in and show you her overpoweredness. Reason why I love her. She's not like I don't use her crazy, but god damn, she is an overpowered Warframe. I definitely could make her more powerful. She isn't my top priority making her overpowered, but she definitely ranks up there what I call chaos spread Warframes. Because on the fact that she spreads status effect like crazy. If I wanted to rank her on AoE clearing, she's pretty high up there. On the fact that alone she has 2 abilities that can absolutely clear a room. So she has 3 abilities that are considered sister skills. Her 1, 3, and 4. They all work in tandem together.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on.
Oh, excuse me.
Auxiliary life support.
You see that on the bottom right? That is your infected rate. So basically that top right there is damage. And it tells you what you're infecting. 7 infected, see that? See how it gets higher and higher from each infected? So you want to spread that as much as you physically can. Because as it's just constantly building up that rate, it is just boosting up that damage effect over time. So as you see where this is, you want to use this with high ability range and survival, because then it will just, hell, it will go through walls. It's extremely nice.
Life support on the way.
It will decay though, so you have to keep going on spreading victims. Like, look at this. As long as people are moving into that room, you'll spread the virus. This is why I say she's a very good survival Warframe. Because as long as the idiots keep running into the room, they will just constantly keep spreading the virus.
Activating it will buy you more time.
Look at that. I just spread it to these 2 idiots because I killed a spore victim. Look at that. Look how far that spreads. It's coming these guys as well. Like, look at that. She's seriously a stupidly good status effect Warframe. Like, there's definitely Warframes that are better for her type of kit, but if you're looking for a good toxicity Warframe, I'd definitely say put it in ranking to give her a shot, because she's could be extremely fun if you make her kit right. She could be a hell of fun. All right, let them shoot that.
Prepare for life support.
Like I definitely right now I can make her ability range much better, but even with what I have for her base ability range, it still spreads the virus extremely well. Especially if you have a good room that you're farming in or something that you're constantly have enemies flooding into that are just constantly making that virus spread more. Most of the time, you won't even have to do anything.
Another life support capsule.
Look at that. I'm gonna have to do shit. You just let that. You just keep letting it get infection get higher. And you do not have to use the original virus. All you have to do is start up a chain so you can put it more of the virus onto a new character, just to keep up the chain going. So you could, I wouldn't spam it because, like I said, it's energy, but throw it on like at least 3 guys and you'll get it going. Look at that. Her escape skill is also extremely good. I love her escape skill. Any kit could usually work with her, like I said, but I would highly suggest a toxic, corrosive, or gas base kit. No. The virus is losing its vitality. I must keep spreading it. I spread my seed. I concern myself when I say stuff like this. But higher the ability range, like I said, makes it a lot easier to have to deal with keeping your stack going, because most of the time you'll spread it to an entire room and that virus will just keep on spreading. So you don't really have to worry about it. Like it's doing now, Jesus Christ.
The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up
It's
the good
just
work.
fucking stupid. I love it.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
You also can kind of see where I talk about the considered a chaos warframe, because all you have to do is press like maybe one ability and you can cause one hell of a mess. Because the enemy has literally no counter to it. Just spreading my seed. No biggie. Look at that. Look at all that status effects. Some of the strongest hitting status effects, and you get to spread them with an AoE, and you're like, okay, I'll take it. So goddamn powerful. Look at that. It would definitely be better in different modes than this one. I just like using this map for the showcase. Especially if you have a mode that just gets a lot of enemies coming in at rapid speed. Oh yeah. And then you get to see that shit spread like crazy. I think the highest I've gotten was 100 enemies going at once with infected radius. It was ridiculous. It's hilarious just seeing all this. I think I actually had to fix my PC after that because I actually caused a bit of frame drop on my Warframe permanently until I restarted my game, because I broke it because there were so many status effects going across the map at the time that the game just didn't know what to do. So I think I actually had to restarting my Warframe. Look at this, it's so stupid. You also can kind of see where the combo goes with the 1 and the 4. Basically, you want to try to spread your 1 a lot first, and then maybe in like 3 enemies, and then hit the 4, because those 3 enemies, once they die, will spread it to the next group. So you kind of see where your 1 is going to be your primary ability, and your 3 and 4 are going to be your second spam ability, because that's where you're going to be able to spread your toxicity effect. Like I said, the other reason that this is a Warframe that really excels from ability range. It is a bit complicated to keep her kit going. If you don't remember to keep spreading the virus, it can get a bit repetitive trying to remember yourself to do that all the time, but it's not a horrible Warframe to use. It's just a one where you have to constantly keep your wits about you not to forget what you're doing.
Extraction is ready.
Uh-oh. Let me just grab this real quick.
Life support has been replenished.
But yeah, that's the base of this abilities, man. It's not that hard of a Warframe if you just can give yourself a little mental reminder when you're using her kit to just constantly keep pressing that 1 ability. And it will just do it. If you can keep remembering for daily to spread it when you're doing your fights, it will just do it itself. Because especially if you see, because of that ability range, look up there. It spread up there. I didn't do that. It spread the virus up to that top area. So when you see what I'm talking about, if you use high ability range, the virus will spread like crazy. It's concerning how quickly the virus, you can get it to spread. Like, this is... And I will admit, it is satisfying as hell watching that virus ticker go up. But yeah, that is the base of her kit. It's nothing really too complicated. It's a heavy status effect Warframe. That's all she really is.
Extraction is your best option.
Yeah, Lotus, I'm going.
They could not do this without you.
Again, guys, if you would like to see a certain Warframe or weapon or prime weapon, put it in the comments. I'm more than willing to look into the weapon or kit to do these deep dives. But with that, guys, I will see you guys later. Agent, signing off.